Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to the regular podcast.
We did it.
Wait,
We survived.
Wait, when did we start a podcast?
A while
was it
ago?
a year and a half ago now?
Oh, I didn't know
Something
this.
like that. Oh.
Where have I been?
So I'll let you know what it is. We do a little bit of a gaming discussion thing every couple of weeks, and nobody listens to us. That's how this usually goes.
Oh, okay.
It's like two guys that listen to us.
But yeah, we have around we have like 3 app downloads. I'm on this new site that gives me better stats than the old one.
That's good.
That tells me that about 3 people have downloaded our episodes lately. So
it's pretty fucking dank, bro.
A lot of the people that downloaded our episodes are from the Sweden.
The Sweden.
Dude, we're big with the Swedes. Let's
Dude,
get them.
if
Let's
you are
get
from
that sick Swedish fish contract.
If you are from
Yes.
the Sweden, thank you for
from
listening.
Sweden, we're calling you out right now. Identify yourselves.
Who's that Pokemon? It's the Sweden.
The Swede.
The Sweden. Oh god.
Oh no, we just lost all 3 of our listeners.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're making fun of my heritage. I'm gone.
My
And
heritage.
he talks like a southerner because he's.
I'll say, why did he
from
sound
Sweden.
like?
'Cause
What?
Sweden's in the south, right? That's the
Oh,
thing.
God.
Yeah, sure. That's
This is-
exactly.
This
This
is going
is
very
awful.
well. This is just going absolutely beautifully.
Let's
So,
just
it's
move
the
on.
best.
Let's talk about things that happened
Yeah.
in the
So,
last
yeah.
month, right?
Yeah, it's
Technically?
month. Because last week we did last week we did the Game of the Year stuff, which hopefully you have listened to. Probably not because it's 6 freaking hours of footage, maybe. But we had a lot of fun with that, and now we're back
did,
to
it
our
was
regular
fun.
schedule.
If you listen to any of them, listen to the last one.
Yeah, the last one's the biggest debate, I think, and that's the actual Game of the Year. So
So,
that's a fun one.
should we start with our special announcement that we have, or should we wait? Should we wait and put that in between the news and the impressions?
We could talk about it. I think we might have briefly mentioned it in one of the other ones, saying that we were going to do it, but we haven't really officially announced what we were playing or anything like that.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys want me to do this or
Ron is the podcast, so yes.
Ron
I
is
am the podcast.
Run this podcast.
Okay, so one thing that we kind of decided is that a lot of us we play a lot of new games every year that come out. Except for Chase, because he just plays old games over and over again. He just plays Doom over and over again. 'Cause that's really all that Chase needs to survive.
Just my daily dose of Doom.
He needs his little
Triple
Doom
D.
boy. So we decided, hey, let's play some old games that we probably will never play unless we make a reason to play them, and that reason will be to play them and then have a discussion about them during the podcast.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. So that is the goal. We have written down 13 games for this year, one a month roughly. There's a couple shorter ones that we'll do a couple in 1 month, but and we're going to play those and discuss them a little bit more in depth than we do our other games that we play. Like how they hold up, stuff like that. We'll come up with a little bit of a list of things we want to answer and discuss about them. Yeah, touch points. So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to read the list. You want me to read the list?
I got it. I'll do it.
Go.
Matt
Matt's
has
gonna do it.
Yeah, first is Doom, of course, because what else
Just
would
to
we
be
play?
clear, I did not vote on the order or anything, and I actually didn't even nominate Doom.
He didn't.
Really? Who did?
I think
Ron
you did.
put it on the
Matt.
list.
Well, I put it on the list, but you did pick it. So we had
did pick
originally
it,
we had
but-
12 games, or sorry, we had a big pool of games, and then we each
picked 2 or
picked
3.
4.
Okay, 4.
We each picked 4, and then we found out we had room for one more, so then we all voted on the 13th. But
Which was, I don't remember.
I think that ended up being Star Fox.
It could've
Yeah,
been.
it was Star Fox.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyway,
Anyway,
we're spoiling.
Yeah. So first Doom. Second in the February time range is going to be God of War, right before the new one comes out, hopefully.
Yeah.
If the new one ever comes out. Third is Blast Corps. Fourth is Ace Combat 4. I see what you did there, Ron. You lined that up nicely. Fifth is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Sixth is, I'm just gonna go. Next is Jurassic Park. After that is System Shock 2. After that, we're gonna play Earthbound. After that, Spyro the Dragon. After that, Call of Duty 2, then Donkey Kong Country 2, then DuckTales, then Star Fox 64.
Yep. We should point out that Jurassic Park is the Genesis version because there's like 1,000 versions of Jurassic Park.
Okay.
So.
Good to know. We should also point out that most of these games are under 10 hours or near 10 hours, and we plan on beating most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
But the two games that aren't or significantly over 10 hours are System Shock 2 and Earthbound. And we said we're going to just play them for 10 hours at least.
Yeah. I think I'm going to make a goal to beat everything, but I figure at the very least we should try to get at least 10 hours into them. So.
I'll probably play all of System Shock 2 just because it's System Shock 2, but I don't know if I'll play all of Earthbound.
Yeah, Earthbound's a lot more too. It's twice as long.
30 hours.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to play all of it.
We'll see if I end up beating it. I think I'll like it enough that I will, but we'll see.
I might get it on the 3DS just to...
I already have it on the 3DS. That's why I plan to play it as well. Yeah.
Nice.
This little boy.
Little 3DS boys.
So yeah, we purchased most of these games during the Steam sales and stuff, so we're all ready to go. We're going to be playing these.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, buddy.
Well,
so that's our little
talk about them and all that.
Yeah, that's our little announcement before the actual podcast starts. So
yeah, so we're gonna do the news now, the actual news.
Now we got some news from the last month, and I didn't really remember all of it super well, so I kind of just wrote down the ones that I remembered.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And the ones that I found actually significant of the items. Like there was a Nintendo Direct, I didn't list everything in it because I only think so many things are important.
Yep. All right. So first news is for the Dark Souls fans out there, that aka Ben. Sorry. So Dark Souls Remastered, like the original Dark Souls 1, was announced for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. And that's going to be in the May 25th time slot. Yep. So that's fun.
Should be pretty sweet. I'm interested to see what they do to the engine, if they're going to use the Dark Souls 3 / Bloodborne engine, or if they're going to basically keep the old clunkiness.
I imagine it's going to be the old game, just with higher textures, because...
It's got to be, because so many of the bosses are built around the system that's in the game.
Right, yeah.
Like, it would be actually significantly easier, is what people were saying, if they actually put...
If they made it improve
from Dark Souls
controls,
and stuff. Yeah, from 3 and stuff. But we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise us and they'll just change a crap ton about the game to make it...
Kind of goes back to what we talked about one time, I know, remaster versus...
remake.
Like remake, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see what they end up doing with it.
Well, and Crash kind of got a little bit of, like, hate because they were pretty sure they used... What was it? They used the engine from 3 or something, and it felt wonky in the first 2 games, which I kind of... I don't know.
It definitely felt like 3 was the best use of that. Like, the games do get significantly easier too, though, with time. So
that's true.
I don't know if that just had something to do with it, because the first one's like impossibly hard to beat. So, but I don't know. Anyway, next little bit of news, because that's what every time we do a transition, that's what the phrase we use is.
Exactly.
Next little bit
of news.
The Nintendo Switch is now the fastest selling video game console of all time in the United States.
Yay.
Which is incredibly impressive. It has also now sold more than the Wii U has in its entire lifetime.
That's crazy.
Which is not that impressive, but...
I mean, it's impressive for the first 9 months.
Yeah.
Versus how long the Wii U's been out, since like 2012, 2011.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
pretty crazy,
yeah,
man.
buddy.
Switch is doing a little bit well, so... Yeah. Hopefully it continues on.
Yeah, we'll see.
I really have to say about that. It's just kind of neat that it's so well selling.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting that it's sold this well.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people that have multiple in their home. Like, Sam actually has one too, my wife, just for Stardew Valley, so...
Oh, no. You have two. You're two of the...
They have a Switch at
10 million?
work, just sitting in the break room.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's pretty neat.
Right.
So it's the company Switch?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just someone brought it in or not. I haven't
Probably,
really asked,
yeah. So next up, we got the next VR headset announcement. HC announced the Vive Pro.
Yeah.
So I think this one has wireless built in, was the biggest improvement, or was that... I don't remember.
Yeah, It's pretty much wireless. I don't know a lot about the technical specs of it. I do know that it's $800.
So the price of the original Vive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't think they're trying to market this as like the Vive 2. I'd imagine
no, it's not the Vive 2.
The next iteration would be called something different. So I don't know. The 800 price point doesn't scare me for VR, just because if this is like the PS4 versus the PS4 Pro, or like I guess even better would be the Xbox One versus Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
Like the higher price point makes sense, but
yeah,
I don't know.
So let's see.
I'm looking at it too.
Field of view is the same. It's slightly more balanced. Different screen resolution, 2880 by 1600. AMOLED display. It's supposed to be sharper. Built-in headphones that are supposed to be more improved.
The original didn't have built-in headphones?
No,
I don't know.
No, I did not. I don't think.
Oh,
no.
really? Okay.
You had to have a headset with it. Yep.
It's gonna have Valve's new Lighthouse trackers, so better space and pair up to 4 of them together. And then the Y-Gig, so the wireless built in, so kind of make the TP cast obsolete.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is kind of a selling point. I think that's the biggest issue people have with VR right now is the wires.
I think so too.
Tethered, yeah.
Yeah.
So much so that a lot of the gaming notebook companies made fucking backpack.
Oh yeah.
For
They did.
that stuff. So.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope this forces Oculus to make a wireless one next, and I'm hoping Oculus is like the AMD version of this and is just cheaper, but a little bit maybe shittier.
Yeah, we'll see. Because the Oculus right now is cheaper anyway, so
it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, they've decreased their price twice now, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Vive was selling so much better, though. That was the thing. The Vive was more expensive, but still selling better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know.
I just want competition to stay in the game, so that they constantly have to improve.
Oh, for sure. Well, even Samsung is in the game now with some of their VR stuff, even though it's not as powerful or whatever, but it's still.
Yeah.
Their stuff is more phone focused, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The gear and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully this just makes the regular price of the price of the regular Vive go down. Vive.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd
be pretty cool.
That's what I'm too.
So that sells a little bit better, but we'll see.
All right. Next piece of news: Monster Hunter World has been announced to be released on PC in autumn of 2018, which is disappointing to some people because it's coming out in February or January. Is it this month it's coming out on PS4 and Xbox One?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Is someone looking it up?
I know it's either this month or next month. Yeah, some people were kind of disappointed in that, but
January 26th.
Okay. But yeah, I don't plan to get it on console ananyway, so I'll just wait.
Yeah,
I'm not dying to play it or anything, so
I'm not sure if I'm even going to get it.
So I kind of wonder if do you remember that free to play one that was teased, Dauntless, a while ago?
Yep.
That's supposed to come out this year too, but they don't say when. So I wonder if they're going to try and beat Monster Hunter out on PC.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting to see if they tried to do that.
Yeah.
But I kind of was interested in Dauntless, just the way it looked.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like it could be fun since it was free to play. It'd be neat to try out at least, but it's not out yet. So
sure. Yeah, that seems like it could be interesting. Phoenix Labs. Oh, it's the guys that made. No, it's not. I thought it was the guys that made Fortnite, but it's not. Shattered Isles. Sorry, I don't remember who actually makes Dauntless. So.
Well,
yeah, I don't know who they are either.
I'll move on.
Guardian. Oh. Okay. Sorry.
All right, now I'll move on. So Nintendo randomly. All right. So what happened the last couple of weeks was like people were like, "Oh my god, we're gonna have a Nintendo Direct." Reddit was kind of exploding, and then like it was this week, and people were like, "All right, if they don't announce a Direct on like Monday or Tuesday, then it's not gonna happen this week." Yeah, it's pretty much rip, right? Yep. So then all of a sudden, I think on Wednesday, or was it yesterday?
It was the 11th. It was yesterday.
It was yesterday. So all of a sudden on the 11th, they just like tweeted out a link to a video that was a mini direct.
Yep.
And they had some announcements in there. Nothing major, but just some nice announcements.
Some stuff for the spring, for the most part.
Yeah. So the first was The World Ends With You, which is a 2018 game. I'm not really sure what that is. Maybe
it's a port, kind of a port. It's like a new version of an old 3DS game, I believe, or a DS game, I think.
Okay,
extremely popular game that they ended up porting to phones, I think, at one point, and then now the new version is going to kind of combine the two. So.
Nice. All right. So Hyrule Warriors is a Wii U game, and it's going to get ported over to the Switch in spring of 2018.
Technically a 3DS game too.
Oh yeah, it technically is a 3DS game. I forgot about that. Mario Tennis Aces, which is a new Mario Tennis game with a campaign that people are pretty psyched about. That's a spring 2018 game. This is for the Switch as well, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Everything was for the Switch that was shown.
Okay. There is a Super Mario Odyssey update coming in February 2018, and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which was also a Wii U game, is being ported over to the Switch, which is on May 4th, 2018. So
basically a bunch of ports, and then Mario Tennis.
Oh, and they announced Mario Rabbids DLC.
Yeah, they announced a bunch of other little stuff too.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of it.
Yeah, they announced a new Pokken tournament character, and then they also gave a release date for Kirby, which was March something. I don't remember what it is exactly, but sometime in March.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I'm not super crazy for Kirby, so. Now
Kirby
people
crazy?
are freaking out because it's possible that they're going to do another direct, because every time a mini direct has happened, there's been a regular direct within 2 weeks or 20 days or something like that. So
that's pretty funny.
Every time being like the 3 other times.
No, there's a list of 12 times that they've done it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh.
Every single time, apparently, they've done it. They've always had
it's
direct.
like 2 weeks after, right?
Yep. So that's why people are thinking there's going to be another one soon. With more focus on bigger titles, since this was more smaller stuff. Which I honestly could believe. I just don't. I'm not going to stress too much about it like Reddit's freaking out about. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of neat. I'm super excited for Mario Tennis. That was my.
I'm super excited for
hype
Mario
there.
Tennis too. Yep. Mario Tennis.
I love Camelot games, to be honest. So.
I might get Donkey Kong, but we'll see.
I will, just to have it. I played it on Wii U, but I sold it on Wii U too shortly after that, so it'd be nice to have it again, because I kind of wished I could play it again. It was very good. Mm-hmm. Very difficult. I feel like challenging platformers.
That's
why I'm excited for Donkey Kong Country 2 and we play it later in the year. Maybe we should move that around now, because we should play that before Shock Freeze.
We could.
I figured we'd base our classic games on newer games coming out, so we might... Some of that stuff's subject to change, so... Anyway. Next thing that was announced was Catherine Full Body for PS4. It's basically a port of the PS3 game. If you don't know what Catherine is, it's made by the Persona devs, Atlas. It's like a story-based puzzle game. Extremely popular. One of those cult classic type games for the PS3, so people were pretty stoked for that. I don't really know what the full body port does for it exactly. I think it's just a few enhancements and maybe a little bit more to the story, but I don't know. Looks kind of cool. I might actually get it because I never played Catherine, so we'll see.
We'll see. So that's me. So the Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter lit up with a tweet after, what was it, like 3 or 4 years?
4 years, yeah.
Yeah, 4 years.
Like that, with a single tweet just saying beep. So.
Beep. Yep. Good stuff. I think that account now has 2 tweets.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's people wondering if there's going to be some E3 shit for Cyberpunk, I believe.
I think they've already confirmed that there's going to be Cyberpunk news in 2018.
Yeah.
So.
Did they? Okay.
Like at one point they did, like a year ago or something. So.
Okay. Will it be at E3? You think, or will it be later on?
I don't know if they really care about E3. I don't really know if. I guess I haven't seen their history in the past. I wasn't following The Witcher development at all. I just kind of got it when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't really a fan of theirs before this, so now I am, and I don't really know what their process is, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
Be
see what
interesting.
happens. Now they have a little bit more exposure after Witcher 3, they might want to do E3. Because I think they could get on a big stage, but like I don't know if before Witcher 3 they could.
Well, that's the thing is that they're not exactly console kind of developers either, though. So I don't really know if they'd go on stage at like a Sony or Microsoft showcase, which is where they'd be the most exposure to.
Yeah, they'd probably go to the PC game,
which has no exposure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're just gonna do their own event when they do show off stuff or just release trailers. You know,
just release trailers, bruh.
I can see that. Bruh.
Yeah. Bruh.
Do you know the way?
God damn it!
Jesus Christ.
I'm about to make it through the entire episode without saying that.
No.
Ron ruined it.
20 minutes.
Can't do it.
Brother, do you know the way?
Oh my god.
Do you know the way of the devil?
Do you know?
You know that means you're gonna be dead in a month.
Yep. This will be an artifact. It will be ancient history.
Ancient. Our podcast will be unearthed, and they will study it. Unarchived.
Anyway, that's kind of all the bigger news from the last month. I mean, there's probably been other things, but nothing that you guys probably haven't heard about, or just that we might have talked about already in the Game of the Year stuff that we don't really remember. So
yeah.
Now we have tech news. Chase has a couple little thingies for the tech news.
Yeah. So the first one is the big security announcement of the CPU stuff. Meltdown and Spectre vulnerabilities were found recently, which between the two affects literally every processor ever. So that's pretty neat. It's mainly a big thing for data centers and stuff, and like cloud operations and stuff like that, which are mainly affected.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, it's not necessarily as doom and gloom as people are making out to be for normal users. Granted, it's still a problem security-wise, but it's not as big of a problem as it is for like large-scale server environments.
And it depends on how new your processor is too, because the newer stuff wasn't nearly as affected as some of the older stuff that those servers are running on.
So Meltdown, I believe, affects all processors, and Spectre 1 affects, because there's different versions of Spectre. Spectre 1 affects Intel and AMD, and 2 and 3 only affect Intel, I believe, if I remember right.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Different iterations, so.
I have a question about this. Do you think they gave these names based on what would make the best James Bond movie, or
007 Meltdown?
Spectre actually was because it's going to haunt CPUs for a while, so it's kind of a joke.
Okay.
I don't know what the thing with Meltdown was though. That one I'm not sure on.
Little haunted boy.
Little haunted boy.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so it affects CPUs at a pretty low level, and there's patches going out that greatly affect performance just because of the way they had to be patched, because they were software level rather than hardware levels.
Right. Yep.
It's going to be interesting to see how well Ryzen 2 does.
Yeah. After all that.
After all this Intel shit. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with Ryzen. That's what I was wondering, because people who have noticed a significant slowdown, which I don't know if anybody with
it's not really desktop users or consumers.
Yeah.
It's more so that it's server environments, so like Azure, Amazon Web Services,
right,
Cloudflare, places like that.
Well, apparently Fortnite was having some login issues the other day because of this.
Which makes sense because they're cloud based. So. There were reports that it can affect general performance on users with older CPUs versus newer ones, like Ron was saying. I believe Haswell and older, so like 2015 and older CPUs, 2014 and older CPUs are hit harder than same here. So those are hit harder than like newer ones like Skylake and above. Some of the patches I know in Windows made systems not boot anymore if they are running older AMD chips, so Rip Ron.
I'm not
Ron
using an AMD
Ron
chip.
doesn't have an AMD anymore.
Or, oh
I
yeah,
switched.
that's right.
I have the same chip
Yeah, I
as
forgot
Matt now,
about
I
that.
think.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought you had an i7.
Well,
I have an i5.
doesn't you,
Oh,
what about your wife's computer? Doesn't?
She
Oh,
does,
who?
but she has not booted in like a year and a half.
Oh.
Nice.
So one way
So
to
it's
get
super
around
secure.
these, one way to get around these security issues is just not ever start your
Just don't have a
computer.
computer.
Don't use your computer ever. Yeah.
Just turn it off.
This is
Unplug
fine.
it. Put it in
This is
storage.
fine.
Put it in a box.
I was thinking of using it as a streaming PC though, so that's kind of a bummer.
Well, hopefully it boots once you update it.
Yeah, let's see. She hasn't even like updated to Windows 10 on it yet, so that's how
God.
that's how outdated it is.
Rip.
I mean, really, you wouldn't have to necessarily worry about installing the patch right now. I would
Yeah.
just wait it out a bit and see kind of what happens, because,
Yeah.
like I said, consumer stuff isn't as
That's big of an
affected.
issue.
Yeah.
It's more businesses that are worried about this right now.
Yeah,
for sure.
pretty much, just because it affects larger scale. So,
Yeah, buddy.
yeah, that's what we got for that one. And then also kind of in security vein of stuff, WPA3 wireless encryption spec was announced. So with the big deal about WPA2 and WPA having a vulnerability being exposed called crack, I believe is what it
Yeah.
was, KRACK, affecting those, WPA3 has been announced, which fixes that exploit and is just generally more secure. It's not. It shouldn't require any hardware changes, so existing routers should be able to get should be able to get WPA3.
Yeah, just be like a
But-
firmware update, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but that's if your router manufacturer decides to actually add the spec and a firmware update for your router. So
Sure. I have
Rip.
A good
Yeah.
I have a good Netgear one, so hopefully they do.
depends on how old it is. They'll probably just not put
Oh.
it out and
Yeah.
Mine's like brand new.
hey, you got to buy a new one.
That would be poopy.
That
That
would
would
be
be
poopy,
very
but I
poopy.
could
I
also see
literally
them
just
doing it.
spent a few $100s on this setup, so
What do you
Yeah.
have, Ron? Did you get a...
I got like a really good Netgear.
You have the Nighthawk.
Yeah.
get the Nighthawk? Oh,
Well-
yeah.
Well, that first of all, that was kind of an oxymoron. Netgear and really good in the same sentence.
Oh, this guy.
Aha.
Oh. But
You
the
know,
Nighthawk...
It's like the #1 rated freaking thing. On
Is
the
it a tri-band? Do you have 3 bands, bro?
I do.
Oh,
Bro, do you even band?
do you even fucking band? He does. He bands more than me. I have 2 bands.
Bro,
Alright.
he bands way more than you.
He bands.
I banned. Did you know I banned?
Yeah.
Nah, dude. Yeah, it's all the tech news.
Have you heard that I banned?
Have you heard the way?
Yeah, do you know the way?
No,
Do you
I've heard the
know-
way.
do
I'm
you
starting
know
a
the
new
way?
one. I'm
The way to
branching
devil?
off.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Okay then. Alright, well
So-
next up is game
so, what games have
impressions.
we played?
I lied,
Yeah.
by the way. It's only a dual band, so RIP me.
Oh, god damn it, Ron.
Fucking liar boy.
You don't even band. God damn it. You don't
Little
you don't know
Nighthawk
the way.
dual band boy.
you don't know the way.
No way
Alright,
for me.
Ron. Ron, you're gonna be the longest, so go for it.
Okay. Well, I played all these games the last month. Keep in mind, this is the last month, not last 2 weeks. And we talked in depth about a lot of these during Game of the Year, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
say anything about them, really. Basically, I'm just
Just
going to
go
say
through
I beat Assassin's Creed Origins. We already talked about that in depth in the Game of the Year, so if you want my opinion on that, listen to that. Okay, I haven't talked about Human Fall Flat, really. All I really want to say about that is that this is a game that you guys should get, and we should play it sometime.
I was kind of wondering that if we should all get it and play because it looks pretty fun.
It's probably the funniest game I've ever played.
Ooh.
Basically, there's these insane physics kind of object or characters that you're using. You like kind of wiggle around. It's like
It reminds me of
extremely
Gang
bad
Beasts.
control. Yes, it's almost exactly the same as Gang Beasts, but it's
Except
more
instead
of, a
of fighting,
story
it's
kind of
co-op.
thing. Yeah, it's co-op. So you're basically trying to solve puzzles and get to the end of the level and stuff like that as these
There's,
characters.
like, It looked like there were multiple routes and
Yep,
stuff in each
there is.
level and stuff.
We
like
kind of
that.
just ran all over the place and just ended up getting to the end. But yeah, me,
Nice.
Quantum, CRISPR, and Osh played it, so it was a lot of fun. It was like it wasn't that long for how much. I don't know how much he spent on it. I think Quantum actually bought it for all 4 of
I
us,
think it's like $10 or $15 per
Yeah.
copy.
but it was like 4 hours long. Yeah, about 4 hours long.
Gotcha.
It's not crazy long, but it was a lot of fun. Like some of the funniest stuff I've ever done. So I think you guys should get it. We should play it sometime. I would enjoy that.
Okay.
But would you though?
Yeah. Finding Paradise. Already talked about that in the podcast, or in the podcast. We're in the podcast right now. In the game.
No
of the
shit,
year.
Ron.
Life is Strange Before the Storm. I don't think I talked super in depth about that in the game of the year, but I don't know if I have too much more to say other than it was good and it precurses the first game really well. It adds a lot of power to the first game in a way that you didn't expect. So I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. It was a little the third episode was a little bit disappointing, is all I'll kind of say. But it did, as a whole package, kind of wrap up pretty nicely. So, Ultimate Chicken Horse. I just played a little bit with Chase, Quantum, and CRISPR the other day. We played the new update. There's a couple new items or things from the box that you can get. I don't know if there's new maps, but I didn't get to play any because I haven't even unlocked all the regular ones yet.
Yeah.
And I have not unlocked the elephant yet, so RIP.
Ooh, there's an elephant?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, they did an elephant update.
Little elephant boy.
But I did
Little
unlock the
boy.
chameleon, so...
Yep.
Ooh, little chameleon boy.
I played as the chameleon.
He did. He
I
stole it from me. He's a little bitch.
I did it. Well, because fucking... It was either CRISPR or Quantum stole my raccoon, so...
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Ugh.
Next up, me and Matt played more Divinity. Original Sin
buddy.
2, which we also talked in depth about during the podcast, so I don't know if I need to go into that. We are just continuing it, and there's not much more to say until we beat it, so...
I agree with that.
Oh, God. So, next thing I played was Hand Simulator, which I got for like $1 during the Steam sale, and Quantum, CRISPR, Osh, and I were like, let's play something right now, and we got Hand Simulator for shitties and giggies. It is probably one of the worst games I've ever played.
Oh, no.
It's one of the intentionally hard games.
It's like insanely impossible. Like, basically, there's a bunch of different games in there. I don't know if you've seen it at all, Matt, but you have to use your keyboard to control your fingers individually as well as move your hand around. And
It's like
try
Surgeon
to, like,
Simulator.
Yeah, but like
Except
harder,
mini games.
way harder.
Interesting.
And you have to like say you like one of the games is like try to load a gun.
Yeah, I
and
see
shoot
that.
each other with it.
Yeah.
It's fucking impossible. That was the only one we couldn't. The only one we ever got progress on was the grenade one. Yep, which was a lot of fun actually, but it took a long time to figure it out. Basically, you have to try to figure out how to get your finger in the hole and pull the pin, and then throwing is so awkward.
And not die.
And not die from your own grenade throw. Yeah. But it was hilarious. There was a couple of hilarious things that happened. It was just really bad overall. So yeah, that's all I'll say. Me, Quantum, and CRISPR also got The Escapist 2 as a game to play when Osh was RIP, and now Osh is RIP full time, so we'll probably play more of this at some point. I don't have too much to say about it other than it's pretty in-depth in a way I didn't expect. I don't know if you guys know what this is at all, but basically
I do.
Yeah, you're put into a prison. You're all prisoners. You can play co-op together, and then try to find a way to escape. Yep, that's all it is really. But there's like crafting. There's like stealing stuff. You can beat the shit out of each other and then get beat up by the cops because of it. It's pretty fun.
Yep.
It looked pretty interesting. When I watched.
I watched a playthrough of the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay. I actually have the first one. I played like 3 or 4 hours of it. I just didn't love it that much. I think I just got it on a whim some night.
I think
heard the second one is way better.
Multiplayer would be really fun too. So
yeah,
that makes
sense.
sense.
If one of you guys want to get it, it'd be a lot of fun to play with you guys on those too. So yeah, next game I played, and we talked. I didn't talk a lot about this. Joel mentioned it as his best old game, but Stardew Valley for Switch, I probably put at least 10 hours into this last month. I haven't played it in like 2 weeks now, but that's only because I tried to beat Assassin's Creed shortly after it, and then now I'm trying to focus on other stuff. So,
right.
I really want to play this as an end of the month game when I have nothing else to beat for that month. Dive a crap ton of time into it because it's so good. I did not expect it to be as addicting as it is. My wife she's beat it already on PC, and she's already got another 40 hours in it on Switch.
Jesus.
So she's enjoying it a lot as well. And it kind of speaks for itself for how good it is, because it's one of the best-selling titles on Switch, and it was only a digital game. So,
nice.
Yeah. Next, final thing that I have on my list. Remember, this is for a month, so I don't normally go this
He
crazy.
just has to keep saying that so he doesn't feel
You
like...
I
don't
feel
normally play
poopy.
this much. Whatever.
Okay,
You always play this
so
much.
some of these games I played like an hour of, like Escapist and Hand Simulator and Chicken Horse, okay? Why don't you relax, woman?
Why don't you relax?
Whoa.
Last game I wanted to mention this last because I think I've played it before, but I kind of changed my tune a little bit on it. Fortnite Battle Royale is a lot more fun than I thought it was originally. And I know Chase might disagree with that.
I'm still meh.
I'm warming up to it a little bit. It's definitely... I still think PUBG is extremely better, but I kind of see its purpose now. I got the Battle Pass because Quantum convinced me to, and you get... There's actually challenges in the game, like get so many shotgun kills, open this many crate type things. And that part of it is kind of what keeps me coming back to playing it. Because it's actually really fun having a leveling up system in a game like this, and it makes me wish that PUBG had something like that. It kind of bums me out that they don't even have achievements in PUBG for being 1.0 now.
What do you... I mean, yeah, I guess. It'd be nice.
It'd be cool to have something else to play for, right? In a game where there is no purpose, really. Other than to win.
Right.
But...
Win and have fun with friends.
Yeah.
Do you know Dorado?
Do you know the way? But yeah, leveling up is fun, and I'm having more fun with it. I haven't won a game still, because I'm trash, but...
You fucking suck.
I've gotten like second and third a lot of times, so...
'Cause
It'll
you
happen
suck.
someday. Shut up.
You suck.
I hate you. Next week I'm gonna play COD World War II. Actually, I might play it this weekend. We'll see. Hellblade, probably more Fortnite, more Divinity, and then I also have to beat Doom this weekend. So
Ooh.
that's my goal. Or Doom before the next podcast, which is when we're
Yeah.
doing our review of that. So yeah, Matthew.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
All right.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
The
So,
awkward silence.
Is anyone home?
I beat Evil Within 2 finally for like the first time. Well, it didn't take me like a super long time, I guess, but
It did indeed.
So long.
what? No.
It did indeed.
It did indeed.
No,
All right.
dude.
I don't know. I talked about it a little bit in the podcast, the Meter podcast, so you
Yeah.
can go check that out. I'll just say I really enjoyed it. I beat it on the hardest difficulty, which I think made the game better. So if you're up for a challenge, do that.
It's like 20 hours for you, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I think it was like 20 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know what else to say about it besides it was good. I enjoyed it. The story is okay. It wasn't like amazing, but it was good. It kept me playing. The challenge really kept me playing. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Otherwise, I played Rimworld, which I don't know if I've talked about at all on the podcast before.
I think you might have mentioned it at one point because it was like a year ago though.
Okay, well I'll talk about it a little bit. Rimworld's a base building game, similar to maybe like Banished or I don't know, a game like that where you have characters that do the tasks for you, and then as you play longer, you get more characters, so you can do more basically, and extend that way. The game's really fun. You can do pretty much anything. It's in beta right now, but it's still really enjoyable and it has a lot of depth. Like you start off by like there's research and stuff, and you can only research like bow and arrows to start. You can get all the way to like mortars and guns and stuff.
Right.
So and like everything in between, like hydroponics, so you can grow crops indoors and stuff like that. So it's really good, cool.
Nice.
One of the best game. All right, I was telling this to Ryan, and he thought I was fucking insane. But one of the best things to do in the game. And this has a purpose. So I'm going to tell you what I do, and then I'll tell you what the purpose is later. So you get attacked by, like, barbarians. Or not barbarians, but, like, tribe members. And
Yeah.
as you go on, they get guns and stuff instead of just, like, fucking shivs. But you can capture them. And after I captured one, you can recruit them. But the recruitment chance was, like, 0.001%. So I was like, fuck you, I'm going to harvest your organs. So I took out their kidney and I took out one of their lungs. And then I gave them a peg leg and released them. Yeah, it was fun. But, yeah, dude. So you do that. So first of all, your people get like experience being a doctor. So when it comes to like them trying to save a life of one of your colonists, they don't fucking suck and kill the person. Also, when you release them, there's a chance for them to come back and attack like another time. And like if you give them a peg leg and harvest their organs, they're really slow, and it makes it easier. So there you go.
So if I hear about some serial killer called like the peg leg Maniac, should I start assuming?
Yeah, you can start assuming me. That's fair. By the way, that's like
Maniac over here.
That's like if you look up like beginner tips and like hints, like that is one of them. It's like harvest organs of captives and set them free.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, right. It's really fucked up.
Jesus.
But it's great because you can do that in that game. Anyway, so Ron already said I played Divinity, Original Sin 2. Next week I'll play more Divinity, more Rimworld, and SteamWorld Dig 2. I kind of forgot. I played SteamWorld Dig 2 a little bit this week, but I don't really have much to say on it right now because I've only played it like an hour. Yeah.
Gonna see if it lives up to
Joel
Joel's hype.
hyped it so much.
Joel hyped it, so I bought it. But
Nice.
yeah.
Neat.
Right on. As for me, this is I didn't play a whole lot. Played a tiny bit of several games. Played a little bit of Astroneer. Bought that over the Steam sale. Played a bunch of party games. Besides like Ultimate Chicken Horse. Besides with Ron, played that over Christmas break with a couple of my cousins. Same with Duck Game and General Jousting. So fun times to be had there.
Oh yeah, Genital Jousting.
Speaking of, comes out of early access next week.
Ooh,
So
have they
better
added
pick that
it?
up.
Have they added
We're
it
gonna
much?
jump back into it, boys. I think they probably added stuff by now. It was in early access, so I can only imagine.
They've been adding stuff kind of off and on. So
Games, I assume. I played 46 minutes of it, so
Yeah,
46
buddy.
minutes of my life I'll never get back.
whatever. It's your favorite game.
Ron, we all know you
Just
like
couldn't
looking
talk
at
about it
dicks,
this year.
right?
Just couldn't
Pretty
talk
much.
about this year because it was not out of early access.
Yeah, Game of the Year
That's
next
true.
year. It'll be a discussion.
Game of the Year 2018, General
Best,
Jousting.
best multiplayer. Move over 1-2 switch.
Yeah, I was gonna
Genital
say
Jousting
we gave
is
an
coming
award to
your way.
1-2 switch. We can't even talk right now.
It's true.
General Jousting is in the running.
It's in the right. Oh God.
All right.
And then played a little bit of Ghost Recon Wildlands. Ron and I are supposed to be playing that and Astroneer at some point together, but he's got a schedule of games to play. So
I'm a little schedule boy. No,
Yeah, a little
honestly,
schedule boy.
my biggest thing is I want to get through my huge ass games
Yeah.
that I'm already halfway through, like Divinity and
Yeah.
Xenoblade. That's the only thing I want to knock out because it's impossible.
I figured.
Otherwise.
No. We're not playing Divinity ever again.
we're never again. It's
R.I.P.
over.
We beat it.
It's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
So last week, me and Matt finished Divinity.
Apparently. Then, like Ron said, played some Fortnite Battle Royale as well.
Hell yeah.
So I'm just kind of meh on that.
Hey, you're a little you're a shotgun maniac. As soon as you joined us,
Apparently.
we were freaking destroying people. You were destroying freaking like full squads.
With the shotgun, yeah, that
It's
was
crazy.
surprising because like the first time I played, I used a shotgun. I'm like, I fucking hate this gun. It's
Yep.
fucking awful. Then the next time I play it, just wipe a squad,
Yep.
and then then a couple times later, wipe another squad and a half. So
Dude, the shotguns are amazing in Fortnite. That is the
they are.
best weapon in Fortnite except for a rocket launcher.
Pretty much, as long as you can hit.
Yeah. It's just so useful. It's way more useful than PUBG's shotguns, in my opinion.
I guess, yeah. I suppose.
They're like needed for endgame versus PUBG's, which people just
That's
usually
true,
throw
yeah.
away.
Well, it seems like you're a lot closer to each other in
Yeah, exactly. It's a
Fortnite
lot easier
at
to
the
get
end,
closer
so.
because of the building.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, that and it's a smaller map anyway, so you're inherently closer.
yeah, that makes sense.
As for next week, don't know what I'm gonna play. I actually might get back in the Division because I saw a couple of my buddies
Ooh.
playing it. So,
Ooh.
and with the patch that came out a couple weeks ago, it's supposedly better.
I need to play that at some point. We could do that this year instead of Dark Souls 3, which is on my schedule, because Osh won't even have his PC to play Dark Souls with me.
There you go. You can just wait for Dark
Oh.
Souls, and we can play Division because we
But
started
Division
playing
is
it.
also like a lot longer, so.
Yeah.
But
When they got like an hour into it, Ron.
I know.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm done. No, it's hard to get into games like that. You gotta play it a few times and then you're cut, and then you're hooked.
Yeah,
No,
pretty
I'm
much.
playing. No, I'm playing.
Nah, I mean,
Nah, me.
Know what I mean,
That-
bro?
that's all I
Do,
got.
do you know the way?
Do you know the way?
All right.
No, I do not.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Boys, I think that's all of the information that we have to provide you.
Boys, we are finished providing
We are
information.
speaking to you as if you are all boys. I apologize to any females that listen to the podcast or genderless people that listen to the podcast. I was not trying to
Did you just
discriminate,
assume?
and I should really check my privilege right now. So.
He does not know the way.
I don't know
Oh my
the
God.
way. I'm so
He does
sorry.
not know the way.
I do not know the way. Alright. Matt, you want to do our closing stuff?
Sure. So I'd like to thank Tokyo Machine for letting us use their awesome song Pixel that you heard at the beginning of the podcast. And I'd like to thank The Fat Rat featuring Laura Brem for letting us use their song Monody, which you'll hear in just a little bit for the outro.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can check us out, like us, or you can't really dislike on Facebook, unfortunately. But on Facebook at Diamonds, Demons, Mushrooms, and you can check out our YouTube at Diamonds, Demons, Mushrooms, which there has been some new videos in the last few weeks, and last month for sure. So check them
Ron
out.
did it.
I think
Right.
most of the videos that have been uploaded are just podcast episodes. So I switched
Probably.
over to a new service, and now they automatically convert the podcast into a video. So you can listen to us on YouTube now if you want.
Yeah.
Which is
There you go. If you have YouTube Red and you want to use that awesome, I don't even know. I've never used YouTube Red, but yeah.
You mean
Anyway.
You don't need YouTube Red because we are currently
Well,
not. We
I
don't
know,
have ads
but-
on our videos.
Yeah.
But you can listen to us on YouTube Red and then shut the screen off your phone and it will still play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
that is true.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Anyway, no, you don't need YouTube Red clearly because we have 3 listeners. Nobody cares about us.
No, you need YouTube Red.
You-
YouTube Red
yeah,
sponsor us.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Just like Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee, then YouTube Red. That's our stepping
Yep.
stones. All right, and then God damn it. You can check us out on Twitter at DDM_podcast. That's it, I think, for our closings.
That is
We
all
did it.
of the stuff,
My dudes.
my dudes. So yeah. Goodbye. Chase, you want to bring us out? I just wanted it to be as awkward as possible because that's me.
That was
Obviously.
super awkward.
Yeah.
Squirt. Squirrel squirt.
Yay!
I haven't heard
Yay.
that in weeks. I love it.
So long.
Bye!
Bye.